It's so sad that Tomb Raider's been in such a rough state over the past couple of years, and even though the two new game announcements did look pretty good, when it comes to movies and TV shows, there is a lot to be worried about. And now we're finding out that Lara Croft in the Netflix Tomb Raider series was basically a SJW self-insert, and this individual goes into how much Lara has changed and how quirky she is, completely proving that they don't know this character. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, we have seen this happen a lot over the years where people will insert themselves into a character. Their quirks become the character's quirks because they're not creative, they're not talented, and really they should not have the job that they were given. If you have to make every character like you in some way, shape, or form, yeah, all you're doing is ruining that character. And now the showrunner is talking about the final season of Netflix's Tomb Raider, and they're proving that they don't know this character and who she really is at all whatsoever, and it really just makes you wonder how bad the next games are going to be. Now, one of them is a remake, which is cool. I think it looks good, and Catalyst, I also don't think looks bad, but we've basically got confirmation that the leaks 2 years ago are what this game actually is. And that means if they're still following those plans, Lara Croft is queer, she's going to have romance scenes with a woman, and she is going to be sort of apologizing for tomb raiding. I did another video on that, it will be linked down below, but this right here infuriates me so much. Now, I don't like to judge people based on a physical appearance, but I think this is the type of person you would expect that had to do with Netflix's Lara Croft. It's not all that shocking. Maybe, I don't know, we should hire fans. We should be giving jobs to people who actually care about the characters and not inserting themselves into everything they work on. But the showrunner, her name is Tasha Huo, has now done this interview, and really it is not a good one. So right off the bat, they start off with a red flag saying the legend of Lara Croft never falls short on adventure. With Season 2, Lara Croft faces the sort of globe-trotting challenges on land and sea, brimming with liveliness. There's a new level of glee to the animated series, which sees Croft reconnect with the people in her life as well as her purpose in the world. The legend of Lara Croft comes from the showrunner, Tasha, who's hopeful we'll one day see more of her take on Croft. Ding, 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 ding. It's not just, oh, respecting Lara, showing maybe a slightly different side to Lara, showing the early days of her tomb raiding adventures. No, it's her take because she wants you to remember that she was the one who came up with this stunning and brave iteration. I don't know. It's just wording like this that really gets me nervous. The interviewer said with Season 1, you got a lot of setup done. Where'd you like to take Lara Croft from there in Season 2? They responded with, it was great to finally move Lara past having to deal with all her past trauma. The goal of Season 1 was to say, okay, Lara is a fully formed person now. We no longer have to deal with the elephant in the room that has been there in the games this whole time. If Lara Croft's history with her father is like a big problem for you simply because she takes into consideration sort of his actions and if he would be proud of her the whole time. If that's like an issue for you, you fundamentally do not understand this character and you can never move past that. They say the problems she's going to start having in Season 2 are related to her and her issues, not about some father figure in the past. If you sense that there's more fun, I think there kind of is, because the trauma drama's behind us, and now we're dealing with the remaining issues. Ah, yes, Lara Croft going to therapy, exactly what we expect in a Tomb Raider show. Lara relishes the adventure more this season, saying, "I think so too. Season 1 came from a very personal backstory. In some ways, the adventure was being driven by her own sadness, and that's just not there anymore. There is a freedom for her now to start getting into the Tomb Raider that we all know and love from the early games." Now they have to insult Lara Croft's social skills by saying in the game she was very quirky and she had a very fast wit. I don't think that she was quirky. I do not think that that is actually a good word to describe her. She was sharp, she was fast-witted, she was smart, she was cunning, she was brave, but quirky, that just doesn't describe my Lara. Beyond that, not a lot of great relationship building on Lara's part, just by nature of playing a video game character in many ways, but also the character that they built was not as friendly as, for example, Nathan Drake in some of those Indiana Jones ways. So now you want Lara Croft to be a nice, funny, quirky, sociable person, so you want to change the entirety of her character, saying one of her big flaws is awkwardness, being unable to communicate with people. This can get her into trouble in relationships, but also as an adventurer out in the world. You see this with her trying to talk to Ishu, and Sam has to interrupt and be like, okay, let a normal person come in and have this conversation. This is so cringe, the way that they're pushing down Lara Croft and the way that she is. And when you actually scroll down and you get sort of closer to the ending of this, they even go on to say that they are actually Lara Croft. They do talk about how Tomb Raider historically was that it taught you all these different things you just never knew or understood or heard of fragments of growing up. It made you want to dive in more. Hopefully it does the same for other people, because what Sam says is correct. And we did have a consultant across the show who would help with history, a cultural consultant. There were things I got wrong in the script when it came to voodoo, and she would be like, actually, the item in the shop would look more like this, or this phrase that this person uses is not quite accurate. Let's maybe frame it something like this. And basically, they just wanted to accurately portray cultures, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But the issue arises when somebody tells you you need to change something because it doesn't fit with my ideology. Now, I don't think that that would be a problem here because they're all pushing the same ideology. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they were more worried about like virtue signaling than just creating a good piece of entertainment. It's what I take from it. But they also say it's bringing in life stories. I tell a lot of screenwriters, go out there and live your life, because a thing that seems totally mundane, like a walk on the Irish cliffs, ends up being something inspiring that you can put into your work. The interviewer says, so you're saying you are Lara Croft? And they respond with saying, I mean, listen, you said it. I did not. This is some of the cringiest stuff I have seen in a long time. You are not Lara Croft. You should not be making Lara Croft resemble you in any way, shape, or form. And it just goes to show that these people are untalented hacks. They do not care about the legacy of Tomb Raider. They do not care about respecting source material because they've already changed so many things. Netflix's Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, makes change to franchise mainstay Zip, depicts him as a stereotypically gay man. There's been a lot of conversations about sort of their plans with Sam, and there's a tension people feel between these two characters, and they're going to, in a later season, like in season 2, make them lesbian lovers, which would be like the worst decision possible. Like, Lara had a female interest in the latest set of games. It's just terrible to see this happening, because this is not the Lara that we all know, the Lara that we care about. And the people in Hollywood and also in the video game industry are individuals who do not care about respecting material. They care about rewriting, they care about modernizing, and we had a lot of worries when it came to Phoebe Waller-Bridge's show. Now I have 10 times more worry in me after seeing just the bad direction that the Tomb Raider The Legend of Lara Croft show has gone and the people behind it that were chosen. And even if you look at the TTRPG that was canceled, it was supposed to address her colonialist roots, and it was supposed to be a new beginning for Lara so that she could apologize for all of the tomb raiding she had done over the years. These people are virtue signalers and they want to ruin entertainment, and it's just sad that we have gotten to this point where we have to sit here and worry about what a show is going to turn into, what a game is going to turn into, what the narratives that are hidden behind it actually are. And now we also have to deal with people like this self-inserting, which is crazy. And if you were excited to see more of this show, well, unfortunately, you should also probably be cautiously optimistic at the very least, as now the showrunner has admitted that the next season of Netflix's Tomb Raider series is going to sort of change Lara Croft, help her evolve into a better person, and, well, they think that they are Lara. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.